video we're going to discuss how you can start your business, whether you should or not, and when is the right time. Hi there, this is Nusrat, and today I'm going to be talking about something different other than ethical hacking and life hacking. Today we're all about business hacking. Well, I don't know if it's like business hacking or hacking mindset, because to become an entrepreneur or to start your own business, it all begins over here. And one of the main reasons most people, even if they can become a really successful businessmen or businesswomen, do not really become so is because they do not really start over here. They always go through this feeling of fear or anxiety. Is this business going to be good? Or they take advices from people who had never been to business or who had bad experience from businesses, and these people are going to say to those people that, oh, you should not start your own business, have a safe job, always play it safe. And the problem with this is that, okay, you can have a safe job, you can play it safe, but you can also have your own business, and you can also do something other than the everyday things that you do, right? The problem is that we usually listen to those people, or we see how they failed, or we take their advices, and we never actually begin our business. Whereas if someone did so, and if someone was consistent, they would have really been at a different level in their life. When it comes to business, most people are afraid of one thing mostly, and they're afraid of fear, they're afraid of failure. So this is something that every entrepreneur needs to work through. I mean, nothing is going to be easy. Nobody's really going to just put success on your lap the moment you decide to become an entrepreneur. However, what's important is the decision that you take. So beginning with, should you do your own business? I would suggest that if you are passionate about it, you should definitely go for it. Some of the misconceptions about business is that you do not have enough capital, you do not have people who support you, you do not have any great ideas. So I would suggest that you really start thinking on what your business could be in. It could be something on which you're very passionate about. It could be real estate, it could be something that has some kind of different service to the world. Now you might be wondering that I'm already doing my 9 to 5 job. Is it possible for me to really start my business? The truth is, it is going to be possible. You're just going to have to work a bit extra hard, especially if you are like a solo entrepreneur. If you're going to do everything by yourself, then yes, it is going to be hard. However, my recommendation is that do not leave your job until and unless your business is 100% or at least 80% financially stable. Or if you have some kind of savings, go for it, because the problem is your first business may not always be the most successful one, or it could even be a super flop. I mean, most people, when we read about the most successful businessmen right now, we will find that most of their first businesses weren't really great successes. So I would suggest that you start small, you start with a small capital, and then you go along, or you look for a loan, and then you go along and you see how this entire field works. The great thing about business is that it is a completely different mindset. If you love challenges, then this is the place for you. You're going to face plenty of challenges, but what it's going to do for you is that it's going to open up a new way of thinking, something which a 9 to 5 job or any job in the world cannot do. The thing about business, the thing about being an entrepreneur is that you will always be solving either your trouble or someone else's trouble. It's most likely that when you begin your journey as an entrepreneur, you're going to be solving some kind of trouble that is there in the world. If you have a business on flowers, you're going to be solving a problem of gifting flowers. If you have a business on therapy, you're going to be solving that. If you have a business on teaching coaches, you're going to be solving so many people's lives or so many people's problems, because those coaches will teach more coaches who will teach more people. Any kind of business, is usually going to help maximum people. And I think it's always best to really step with that foot on when you know that what you're going to do is going to have a great impact in this world. Whether your business is going to get 1 million customers or 1 billion customers or even 1,000 customers, when you have that feeling that yes, I am going to impact the lives of all these people, you feel more motivated, you feel more fired up, and you get more and more ideas based on that passion. One of the main things people are afraid of is falling into debt, having financial losses, and the truth is nobody can guarantee you that the business that you do, regardless of how successful it becomes, it may or may not suffer from financial losses. It is very probable that at a certain stage you may face some kind of trouble, big or small. Conceptualizing that you're going to begin your business, you may not actually have the proper capital for it. And what you can do during those times is look for investors. There are angel investors. There are many people out there who are willing to give a loan. You just need to bring that credibility up. You need to show people what you're putting on the table. And if people really find that, if they find that you are really worthy of it, that you're trustworthy, that you really are going to make an impact, you can always find many investors out there. And other than that, yes, it will not always be easy. Getting your first loan, getting your first business deal will definitely take some time, but the great thing about it is that it's like a kind of a gaming, or kind of like playing video games. It's going to be like a different level unlocks at each stage, and the more you're going to be in it, the more you're going to grow. Why I would recommend people, everybody, to be in business is because when you're in a business, it's going to be a very different mindset. For example, when you're doing a job, you are kind of satisfied, you know your goals, you know what you have to do, and you know when you're going to leave that work, you know that there is kind of security. But with business, it's going to be a kind of extra responsibility on you. You have to take care of your family, you're going to have to take care of your teammates, of your employees, and of course, like I said, do not leave your secure job for your business. Rather work both ways until your business gets successful, and after that, if you feel like leaving, you can always leave, or if you feel like staying and continuing that path, that also works. So as I was saying, the thing that business is going to give you, it is going to give you expansion. It is going to really just explode your mind, because you're going to face quite a lot of challenges, and how you're going to deal with every challenge on the way is what is going to define your character. This is a great place to grow. In companies, we only have growth to a certain level, you know. For example, you may be aiming for that promotion or for the next level inside your corporate job, but with business, you're going to be expanding in so many ways. A short example would be during the pandemic, when most businesses were doing bad, few businesses were earning in billions. They had earned more than they had ever done before. Why did that happen? That's because they were able to understand that, okay, this is the time when when there is a lockdown, so having kind of like meetups and gatherings will not work during this time. So what they did is that they switched to virtual events, and boom, overnight, it wasn't kind of overnight, but within a very short time they made a lot of success. So with business, you're going to see that a lot. You're going to see like you're going to grow from very different directions. The more consistent you are, the more creative you are, the more fun you have, the more impact you make, you're going to grow in various levels. The first person who thought about doing virtual events, that person was progressive, and the ones who did not, switch to the virtual world during the pandemic, they lagged down. It's like competition, it's like a race, and I'm going to take that back. I'm going to rephrase that sentence. It's like a competition with yourself, so if you're progressing, if you're open, if you are expansive, you're going to grow more, and you're going to have more expansion in your business, in your life, in your career, in your networking. And if you're not pushing it that way, if you're not going for that growth, if you're just like those businessmen who did not want to change, who did not want to switch to virtual events, and ultimately many of them closed down, if you're not going on with if you're not making great decisions just like that, it's going to be very hard for you to sustain a business, which is why even though you are going to be running a business, it is going to have a huge impact in your life, the financial decisions that you take. And of course, if your business is successful, you're going to also have an extra benefit. It will be more money, it will be more fame, it will be more kind of satisfaction that you on your own are making an impact on so many lives. It's going to feel like a feeling of accomplishment. So I would suggest that those who want to and those who are thinking about doing a business, go for it. If you're worried about investment, remember that Elon Musk himself had taken $1 million loans, and after that he got in return billions of dollars. So money has never been the reason why people did not do business. In fact, it was kind of like a side thing. It has always Money is always there around us. It's just that you need to have a great idea, you need to have a great strategy, you really need to take risks, you need to be willing to take challenges, and the more you do it, you're going to really have a great line in your life. You're going to have a different path in your life that is going to feel really exciting and really expansive in your journey of life.